What's up, dudes? Max here, back with another video that's kind of uncommon on this channel. Usually I don't do a lot of hardware or console reviews, but I felt I had to say something regarding the PlayStation 4 Pro when it came out and a multitude of issues it had with certain televisions as far as its signal. And that video got a pretty interesting response. A lot of people were pretty upset because theirs worked absolutely fine, while many others actually got a lot of information from it that was able to help them figure out how to get their system working on their TVs. Now, today's update is regarding something a bit different, and it is this thing, the Nintendo Switch. I wasn't inherently super interested with the Switch after the first reveal they had of it and the first big press conference, but we did have an opportunity to get one and to try it out, and I felt that playing 1-2 Switch with all of us in the same room would be a lot of dumb fun, and it kind of was.
What, holding with two?
Look at your hands.
Yeah, but he's killing it with two.
Oh my god, what am I doing wrong?
So yeah, you look at the screen when things start going right, huh, honey? Huh, honey? Right? Keep eye contact, I got peripheral milking.
He's dipping in and out of the screen. Like, it just looks like a maniac.
Did I think the game is worth 50 bucks for anyone else? Probably not, but the amount of hilarity that came with it as a result of a stream was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
2, 1, go!
Oh, Max is going in. Max is hungry.
Look at the fucking mouth.
Max is hungry.
What?
However, I've run into several other problems with this system as a result of this specific unit I've got, and I think that a lot of other people have been running into the same issues because there has been reports of video and many people saying the same thing, that there is a glaring problem here, and it's with the cartridge slot. Alright, so y'all gonna have to tell me if I'm doing something wrong here. I got the game, I got the system, it's working. I put the thing inside the thing, right? It's in there. You close that up. Nothing happens. What? Is there another? Do I have to do a tribal dance? Now, there's been many other issues with the Nintendo Switch that people have been complaining about or having issues with, including the left Joy-Con not actually picking up its sensitivity correctly or reconnecting constantly. This unit I really haven't had many other issues with outside of this one, and it's kind of big. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say the same thing that I had on the PlayStation 4 Pro video. You have no issues, and yours is running absolutely fine. That's awesome. That's actually, I'm really happy for you. However, in a situation where someone else, like in your family, is sick or something, you're not gonna go to them and be like, well, I'm not sick and I'm doing completely fine. You're gonna wanna try to help them out in some way, or feel a little bit of sympathy for the people that don't have it as good as you do, especially for a console that just came out, and I'm gonna do my best to try to help some of you guys that might have had an issue with your Switch, especially concerning the cartridge slot. The cartridge slot is right here at the top. When you put a cartridge in, like Zelda, which is the only game that I ended up buying, it didn't work at all, and it didn't show up in any way. I'm gonna go to a different camera angle right now to show you guys, because I think despite the fix I have, mine still has issues, so I can show you. Alright, so here we go. I just powered on the system and booted it up. You might notice that Legend of Zelda is here because we did get it working before, but there's a little icon to the top left. That icon means that there is no cartridge currently in the system. This shows up here simply because, well, we played the game before. Now, the cartridge slot is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the cartridge out. And yeah, there was a cartridge in there, and it's saying there's no cartridge in there. I'm gonna stick it in there one more time and we'll see if it shows up. Like I said, this is not a permanent solution, it just helps you out. Sometimes I get it to work, sometimes I don't. So it's still not recognizing that there is a game in here. Now, there is a fix for this, but like I said, it is not a permanent fix. Grab some headphones. These are the ones that I use for playing PlayStation VR and everything like that. It's just a basic ass pair of headphones, right? Up here, you might notice that the headphone jack is right next to the cartridge slot. Now I want you guys to try to pay attention to the little cartridge icon when I press in this headphone jack. Let's hope it works. Like I said, this is not a permanent fix. The headphone jack gets plugged in, and there's still no game in there. Let's try plugging it in a couple more times and see what happens. And nothing. It's simply just not showing up. Now sometimes you have to repeat the process in different weird ways. I'm going to take out the cartridge now. And let's put the cartridge back in. Still, it's not working. Like I said, I've gotten this to work before, it's just a matter of finagling it to actually get what you need it to do. Nope, still nothing. Still saying insert the game card. Oh, there we go. So, like I said, it's not finite the process you have to go through to actually get it done. So here's the problem. I'm gonna fire up Zelda right now, but if I fired up the game, the output's gonna be going through this thing. It's gonna be going into my headphones. So that won't work. I don't get output into my TV, much less to a stream or a broadcast or a recording or anything like that. So I gotta get this thing to work now without the headset in there, because I'm not gonna get audio. So let's just try to quickly finagle this thing out of here. And there you go. We got it. So I'm gonna fire up the game now. At this point, I simply would not touch it at all and just let the game do its thing and put the headphones aside. So, if you need to change the process a little bit, you can actually get the no cartridge bug or no cartridge defect in your Nintendo Switch to work. Of course, I would absolutely just return the system and get another one. The problem is these things are incredibly hard to find because they did not make many of them at launch, and acquiring one isn't exactly the easiest, so I'd be months out of not getting a Switch. Which does suck, especially considering the fact that I kinda wanted to play Zelda. I don't usually play these games, and this one is very different from the others. But as we can tell, this thing is completely working now and is good to go. Now to talk a little bit about why this is happening, the cartridge slot and the headset jack are literally right next to each other and are probably on the same PCB board. There's something either going on electrically or just a loose part on the board that happens with a few of these consoles. And there's been many other issues the Switch has had at launch. It's been kind of a rocky launch for this system in terms of interesting defects, but I haven't run into anything else but this, so I'm not gonna make any commentary in regards to how I feel about it. I'm not gonna make this one of those videos. I'm just gonna try to help you guys to let you know that if you want to get your game cartridges to work without having to deal with online downloads for everything, try putting a headset into the headset jack right here and just wiggling it around a little bit to get it to the point where you might actually have a functioning system. So there you have it. Like I said, I'm not going to do a ton of stuff like this in the future with consoles and breaking things down or trying to find fixes for launch consoles. It's really not a big part of this channel. It's just a very unique situation I was put into where we found a fix that was unconventional to say the least. I'll be back with maybe another compilation of 1-2 Switch, or maybe something with Legend of Zelda, maybe a compilation like a Hype and Rage of some kind, because I do find the game to be pretty fun, so we'll see what happens as a result of that. As always, dudes, if this helped you out, I appreciate a comment or a thumbs up below. My name is Max, and I'll see you next time.